Ladies and gentlemen, the exciting Tonga Kid. Listen to the crowd. They already love him here at Fort Hood.
They love him, and I love him. I want him to come up to the mountaintop, brother, where Big Bruiser Brody calls home.
Well, before he gets the Bruiser Brody, he's kind of looking forward to maybe meeting Austin Idol for that newly won U.S. Heavyweight Championship.
I hope he does, my man. I hope he does, because I want my men to only defend against the very best, and this young man is in that category. He is the very best.
Well, I'd have to say, I've seen a lot of professional wrestlers come and go. Great ones, some not so great, and some that never made the name up on the marquee. But this young man, there's no telling how high he can go.
He is the best of the young generation. He has everything you need to become a big star in the profession. He has charisma.
You know, he was seen the first time at the Wrestlathon in San Antonio, Texas. By the way, he's going to be this coming Monday night at the Wrestlathon. We're there every Monday night. And the fans there loved him, and he has taken off.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. See that?
He's smart. He's smart.
He loves to make you look ridiculous. Last week, he's here on TV, or 2 weeks ago. He delighted in making Armand Hussein and Al Madril look ridiculous, and now he's delighted in making the new Diablo look ridiculous, and the people like it. But just come on up to Bruiser Brody's house and see who looks ridiculous, and it's going to be the Tonga Kid, the people's choice.
Well, that remains to be seen. Don't forget, kids, tickets, only $3 wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held. All you kids, come on out. I tell you, you can't go anywhere for $3 and enjoy the excitement that you get with Texas All-Star Wrestling, quickly becoming America's #1 wrestling program all over the country.
That's exactly right.
I want to say hello to all the fans watching in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. They love the Playboy in Atlanta, Georgia, and they know it's the truth.
What the mail I get out of Atlanta, Georgia says.
I can go anywhere I want underground Atlanta, go down on Peachtree Street, over on Sawyer Boulevard, and I am accepted as one of the hometown boys. Watch what you say about me in Atlanta. I'm one of Atlanta's finest and favorites.
Well, I must have got a different letter from Atlanta than what Gary Hart has been reading. And boy, this Tonga Kid, I like him. And next week, the Tonga Kid will be back here on Texas All-Star Wrestling with the Samoans. They are the new Texas six-man tag team champions.
They definitely are. And a lot of their success is strictly this young man right here, the Tonga Kid, because he has the ability to wrestle you. He has the ability to fight you. He can mount an aerial attack off of the ropes that is second to none. He uses the ropes as fine as anyone that I've ever managed. The likes of the great Kabuki, or the likes of the Spoiler #1, who knew how to manipulate and utilize the ropes. And this young man is right in their class when it comes to aerial attack.
Let me ask you, do we have the pleasure of watching Bruiser Brody live next week?
You do, live and in living color. The ambulance will be here, and the gurney will be here. And the only thing now, I have to find someone brave enough to step in there and wrestle him.
Well, I believe we can handle that if you'll just say he'll be here. Also next week, remember that big match that we signed earlier tonight? Big Bubba and the Texas Long Rider against the Zambui Express. And boy, that is going to be a big one. Boy, the action of Texas All-Star Wrestling just gets bigger and better every week. And we're on the road at Fort Hood, Texas. A nice place to be with the United States Army tonight as the Tonga Kid comes bouncing off the rope. Shoulder knocks the new Diablo down. Here comes the Tonga over the top. The Tonga Kid. Oh, did he lay that one in on the Diablo, and the Diablo is rolled out of the ring.
Well, talking about where Texas All-Star Wrestling is going to appear with the television cameras, I'm going to have Big Bruiser Brody in Odessa, Texas, for a return match with Big Bubba. That's right. In a return match with Big Bubba. And I guarantee you, if that Bubba lays his hands on me, he ain't going to walk out the next time. He's going to take the gurney out right to the hospital. Bruiser Brody already promised me that. You ever noticed how people like to get in on a big lie?
Well, he didn't pull the trumps. The Diablo is saying that the Tonga Kid pulled the trumps. He's trying to convince the referee. All these great people here at the United States Army installation say no.
Great people. Great people have elected our last 15 presidents of the United States. Did you ever stop and think of that? Great people like you say, Scott Casey is not the Texas Long Rider?
I do not know. I've never seen a man without a mask.
Anytime you put too much faith in the ability of a fan to know anything, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Side headlock by the Tonga Kid on the new Diablo. Once again, we want to thank Sherwood Cryer down at Gillies in Pasadena, Texas for the nice time he showed us down there this past week. And we look forward to going back to Gillies, and we may have some news coming out of there next week.
Bruiser Brody told me he wants to ride the biggest bull, fight the biggest man, dance with the ugliest woman, and drink all the Lone Star beer they got in the place just to prove to everybody that he is the #1 man in wrestling.
Look at this crowd going crazy over the Tonga Kid.
Well, he has a lot to make him go crazy over. I mean, this young man, he has a lot of unusual moves. He has very, very powerful legs if you look at the lower part of his body, and has the ability to jump around the ring as fine and as quick as anyone I've ever known.
Looking forward to see all you great fans over at the Ector County Coliseum this coming Tuesday night. It's been a long time since we've been in Odessa with the cameras of Texas All-Star Wrestling, and we're going to have a great time. We want you to come out. Over the top goes the new Diablo. This time, look at the Tonga Kid. Look at him. Oh, boy.
That is amazing. Simply amazing.
My kind of wrestler.
Anyone that's a winner is your kind of wrestler. That's why I don't understand why you're not one of Bruiser Brody's biggest fans, because there's not a bigger winner in the wrestling business than Bruiser Brody.
I was Bruiser Brody's biggest fan until he got associated with H&H.
Hey, look, over the years, Bruiser Brody and I had a lot of differences, but we joined forces, let bygones be bygones. Why can't you be the same?
Well, I do not believe that anybody who is a professional, and especially the size of Bruiser Brody, has to carry a 2x4 and have a manager at his side.
He don't need a 2x4. The reason I'm at his side is to see that he gets a fair cut of the gross gate, that he gets fair price on any endorsements he makes, and in other words, that the promotion don't rip him off. That's what Gary Hart's in the corner for, not to help him beat anybody. And you know well and true that I don't have to help Bruiser Brody win. He was winning for 15 years before he got with me.
Go Tonga go is the chant from the crowd here at the Abrams Gym at Fort Hood, Texas, as the Tonga takes an elbow, throws it into the midsection of the new Diablo, and there was a little hair pulling. He snatched that hair to pull him down.
He snatched his hair. You know, every place I go, all over Texas, in the airports, in the arenas, all I hear is, wait till Tonga Kid gets back in Texas. That's all you hear. Go Tonga Kid, go. This Tonga Kid has actually captured the hearts and minds of the Texas wrestling fans, the same as he did in the WWF and the AWA. This young man, every place he's ever been, he's been a big success, and I don't want to take that away from him. But at the same time, I don't want people to forget who Bruiser Brody is.
Well, I think everybody knows who Bruiser Brody is. Uh-oh, there's one thing you don't want to do to the Tonga Kid is slam that head into the turnbuckle, because that just gets him to jiving and moving. Look at this. Did he catch him coming out of that corner? Gets him with a fist. Lays one to the jaw. Takes him to the ropes and whips him across the ring. Hits a big chop and knocks him down.
Tell you, he's just a ball of action. But you got to remember, he's not fighting Bruiser Brody.
Oh, he threw him out of the ring. He's coming up, and he is going up on the top rope. Oh, he flies. And then he gets him. 1, 2, 3, and it's all over. It's all over. The Tonga Kid flying off the top. Does the new Diablo, and he wins it.
What can I say? He's absolutely fantastic. But when he gets up to the mountaintop, Bruiser Brody will be there waiting.
Gary Hart, time is about to expire. We're going to have to break away for this week. One more time, I want to ask you, have you stolen Kamala?
Talk to me at my office sometime next week.
Well, we'll have more on the Kamala situation for H&H next week. Right now, as we watch the Tonga Kid accept his cheers from the large crowd here at Fort Hood, Texas. Texas, a neighboring gym. I want to tell you that next week, the Tonga Kid will be back with the Samoans in a 6-man tag team match. Till next week, on behalf of everyone at Texas All-Star...
Bruiser Brody gonna be here. Bruiser Brody gonna be here.
Stack saying so long for Texas All-Star Wrestling on the road for Texas.